In the late 1800s, a secretive group of individuals began to rise to power in the American South, spreading fear, hatred, and violence. But how did the Klan go from a small regional group to one of the most notorious hate organizations in history? The Ku Klux Klan, or KKK, was founded in 1865 in Pulaski, Tennessee, just as the Civil War came to an end. It was started by 6 former Confederate soldiers who initially formed it as a social club, but what began as a gathering quickly turned into something far darker. During the Reconstruction era, when the federal government was working to rebuild the South and secure rights for newly freed African Americans, the Klan emerged as a violent resistance force. Their goal? To oppose these changes, using terror and intimidation to maintain white supremacy. They targeted Black Americans, white Republicans, and anyone supporting Reconstruction. Through lynchings, arson, and other violent tactics, they tried to stop African Americans from voting, holding office, or gaining equality. Their ghost-like costumes were meant to evoke the spirits of dead Confederate soldiers, a psychological tactic to instill fear in their targets. The hoods, in particular, concealed identities, allowing members to commit violent acts without fear of recognition or prosecution. After fading in the late 1800s, the Ku Klux Klan resurfaced in 1915, fueled by growing racial tensions and social changes in the United States. This time, it wasn't just confined to the South. By the 1920s, the Klan had become a national organization, claiming millions of members across the country. From small towns to big cities, the Klan's message expanded beyond just racial hatred to include anti-immigrant, anti-Catholic, and anti-Semitic rhetoric. They used fear and violence to push their agenda. They promoted a vision of Americanism, rooted in white Protestant values, often through intimidation, bombings, and even murders. Despite their violent tactics, the Klan gained significant political power, with members elected to public office and influencing local and national policies. At its peak, the Klan boasted millions of members across the United States, but just as quickly as it grew, the Klan began to falter. Internal corruption, legal challenges, and growing public scrutiny led to a dramatic decline in the 1930s. Though diminished, the Klan never fully disappeared. It would later resurface in the mid-20th century during the Civil Rights movement, continuing its legacy of hatred and violence. Today, various hate groups, often inspired by the Klan's ideals, continue to promote division and intolerance.